Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. In this video, we speak with a veteran traveler and a former guest about getting got in Medellin, Colombia. Follow along.
Hey, you watching, man? Right now, you're watching dcbornrob on YouTube. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as dcbornrob, DC Rob. I answer to them all. Thank you guys for watching. If you ever get any benefit out of my videos, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button, click the bell to be alerted of any new videos, and like. Like helps the YouTube algorithm. The more you hit like, the more people get to watch these videos. For everybody who takes a second and go down and hit like, this is for you.
Peace and love, eh? Orale.
That's right. Thank you guys so much. Again, this is a guest who's been on the show before, about a year ago when he was held up in Cartagena's airport. They held him in a private room and then shipped him back the following day. If you don't recall, check this out right here.
So rather than, the typing, I'll just show you. So we did get a meal. We got a Subway throughout the wrapper. They gave us like I don't know if you call it a pillow or I don't know what the fuck that is. They gave us a blanket too. We don't. I guess we don't have any medical issues or anything like that. But yeah, we haven't seen a single soul since about 6 o'clock last night. That's the last time someone came and talked to us. So yeah, the whole situation is just, I don't know. I guess it's good to document everything.
That's right. Yeah. So now let's just jump into the interview with Manfred Cole. 3. Okay, again, we're going to jump straight into the interview. I told you I had a special guest, and this, for some of you guys, you already recognize him. You probably already recognize him already from my video from almost a year ago in Cartagena. He got caught up at the Cartagena airport, and we can deal with that stuff later. But this is another issue because Manfred is on right now to discuss what happened to him recently. He was recently drugged and robbed in Medellin, Colombia. Yes, this is a running trend. And this is a veteran traveler too. So let me just say, first of all, thanks, Manfred, for coming on. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing well, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You see, I'm still on the ground. I'm still trying to keep guys safe one at a time. And that's the reason you're here, is to help these guys know that it can happen to them too. So without me going through any of the rigmaroles, first of all, let me ask you, how old are you, by the way?
33 years old.
33, and you work online, so you can work down there, which is the perfect scenario. I have the same one. So, and what state are you from, by the way?
I'm from Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, born and raised. For the last 7 years, I've been living in Austin, Texas.
I didn't know you was in Austin.
Yes, sir.
It's right up the road from me. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Okay. Well, take that last sip and let's hear the entire story. What happened from beginning to end, how you met her, what was the application, and so on.
Okay, so from beginning to end. So run it down. So I use this platform called colombiacupid. Got a recommendation from somebody. He said, hey, you can meet some, good Colombian people out there. So I decided to, search online. And, as we all know, it's like for me, when I travel, I don't get into that necessary, that nightlife, I like to keep things, slower pace. So, messages grow, back and forth, exchange numbers, and, we agreed to meet, right? So we were talking throughout the day, and she said, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm working, right? She's like, well, after work, we can get a bite to eat. So, okay, cool. So, I was like, hey, you can come by my house if you want to, first mistake, you come by my house if you want to. So, she came by, and like I said, first encounter, she was really shy. I just remember she was shy, I was asking her questions. She gave me one word responses, right? So I was like, I'm not really feeling this right now. So I told her, I was like, hey, I'm about to go play some ball. And yeah, what are you gonna do? Right? Go play some basketball. What are you gonna do? She said, I can stay at your apartment, and when you get back, I'll be here. No, no, girl. No. So I was like, hey, why don't we meet up afterwards? We can grab some dinner or grab a drink. So, like I said, I told the 100th time this story, like the universe is telling me something, but I ignored it. So boom, went to go play ball for a couple of hours. So right around, I would say 9:00, 9:30, she texts me and say, hey, you still playing ball? Yeah, I'm still, but I'm getting ready to go home. You want to meet up somewhere, grab some dinner? And she was like, oh yeah, I'll just meet back at your house. So okay. So the problem was, like I said, the universe was telling us. When I got home, my water was out, right? My water was out. I couldn't take a shower. I was stinky, I was smelly. And I texted her, I said, look, my water is out. I can't take a shower. I don't think this would be the best time for us to hang out tonight. Let's reschedule for tomorrow. No. That's okay. I can still come by. So I'm like, okay, cool. But like I said, the universe was telling me something. Like, why would a girl want to come by a guy that smells so bad? But anyway, so boom, she gets to the house. And like I said, she was very, very shy. I distinctly remember that. She was shy, right? But I was like, maybe she's just nervous. So like I said, I'm asking her questions and that. And so then we just started watching a movie. But first she was like, hey, can you grab some beer? So I ordered beer off of the Rappi app. Got there within like 10 minutes. So we're drinking. I'm not really much of a beer drinker, one of my hand, whatever. So, I decided to get something to eat, right? So I ordered Rappi again, but I remember opening a beer and kind of taking a sip. And so then this is the mistake I made. When I went downstairs, I think that's when she put something in my drink. Actually, I know it's when she put something in my drink. Not think, I know. So, like I said, when I got back, we were, like I said, we're just talking, right? We were, having conversation. She was talking about how she wants to travel, and I was telling her all the places I've been to, this and that, So she started to open up a little bit. But then I started to notice that she was, kind of pressuring me to drink, but I really wasn't. Like something was like in the back of my mind, like, bro, something's up. So like I said, she kept pressuring me. I was whatever. So then I think she started to, what you would call it, feel that I wasn't going to drink. So she was like, hey, let me finish my beer and you can order me an Uber. So then I passed her my phone. I'm like, okay, well, here, put in your address. I can order your Uber. So then she was like, well, actually, I can sleep here. So then I was like, oh man, something's going on, But like I said, I was like, whatever. So I remember she was like, cheers. This girl said, cheers. And I took a sip. I remember distinctly, I took a sip of beer, right? It wasn't a gulp, it was a sip, right? So, like I said, about 20 minutes later or so, I'm not gonna lie, I started getting a little bit sleepy. And then she was like, hey, you can lay down while I finish the movie. So I'm like, man, even with her opening up, or the vibe was still off. So I was like, all right, cool. And I remember in my back of my mind, like, let me pretend like I'm sleeping so I can watch her. Just watch her movements, right? Because something not up. But man, the last thing I remember, she put like a covers over me. And then I woke up a couple hours later. I usually keep my work laptop on my nightstand, and when that shit was gone, when my stuff was gone, I knew I got robbed.
Okay, so you went downstairs at what point? Because wait a minute, you ordered liquor. You went down, and, I mean, you ordered beer. You went down and got the beer and brought it back up. Did you go back down for food or something
I
else?
went back down for food.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
called. So you had two separate Rappy orders. The first one
Yes.
was beer.
The first one
Okay.
was beer, and the second one was some food.
Okay. What did she pick the food?
No, I did.
Okay, I'm just wondering because the last young lady we spoke to says that sometimes Rappy drivers will bring it to them. So I'm just wondering if she asked for a special meal and it came.
No, I ordered the beer and I ordered the food all through my app or through on my phone, I should say. But
Okay.
yeah, but so like I said, so after that, you know, as you know, as you probably know, you get like you start to panic. You're like, oh my gosh, she took my passport, she took my laptop, she took my personal laptop. Yeah, so she took my laptop, my work laptop, and my personal laptop, my camera, damn, my credit card, my Apple Watch, and she cleaned me out, but she took my dummy phone. But luckily, for whatever reason, she didn't take my debit card, my state ID, or my real phone, which is crazy. So, like I said, I start not. I mean, I wouldn't say panic. Actually, I started to panic a little bit. So I went downstairs. I looked around, see if there's cameras. I'm like, okay, at least there's some cameras. Someone overheard me. They said, "Hey, what happened to you? What happened? What happened?" And I basically told him, I got robbed. So then he was like, okay, this happened to me. We can do two things. We can go with plan A or we can go with plan B. I was like, okay, well, what plan A? He was like, let's call the local police. So we called the local police. They came by within about 10, 15 minutes later. They're like, sir, what happened? Explain the story to them. They started laughing. These guys started laughing. They started laughing. And so then they say, yeah, go fill out a police report. And pretty much they brushed me off. So then the guy that I met, he was like, okay, let's go with option B. All right, well, what was option B? Remind you, this is at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know if your viewers are familiar with Gusto. So we walked to Gusto's, right? We walked to Gusto's, and the guy that I met, he said allegedly his stuff was stolen and the mafia was able to get his stuff back. So we walked to Gusto's, and I remember, we showed the bouncer first the guy talked to the bouncer. He's like, they're talking, and they're like, hey, let me see the photo. So then I showed him a photo of the girl. This guy, he's like, okay, I know that girl. So he called this person. This other person showed up. He called somebody else. And so about 30 minutes later, this dude looked like he must have been the head of the mafia, because he was like, this man was like about 6'4", just solid, maybe look like a little kid, So then he told me, so what happened? So I told him, bro, here's what happened. Bang, 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 boom, I got robbed. And so then he said, what? He said, here's what I can do for you. I said, yes, sir, what can you do? He basically said, I don't know if he's telling the truth or he's lying. We can intercept the phone lines and to see her last location, because I still have her number. So we can intercept the phone lines and see her last location, and we can go to that location. But what I need you not to do is call her, text her, or don't do any sort of communication with her until we get to the bottom of it. So for me, I don't know these guys. I don't know, like they could be lying, they could be telling the truth. I don't know. So I went home, I looked around, I was like, man, I got nothing, But like I said, I'm glad I had my debit card. I'm glad she didn't take my debit card or my real phone. So I took a nap, and then I realized it's like, well, I don't have a work laptop, and it's not going to be good explaining to work. So I mean, I started to strategize. You know, I called some people just to see as far as, because now it's like, okay, my whole thought process was I need to get back to the United States, right? My whole thought process was I need to get back to the United States. So had a conversation with a few friends, just the steps I need to take in order to get an emergency passport. So I called the embassy. So I called the embassy around like 9 o'clock the next morning. The first conversation, they blew me off and said, yeah, sir, go fill out a submit for you to get appointment, and usually appointment take about 2 weeks. I was like, what? I was like, appointments take 2 weeks for you to get a passport. I was like, no, that's not going to work out. That's not going to work out. So that first guy, he brushed me off. So then I called back about 30 minutes later, and I just told the lady on the other end my story. You know, I just told her, hey, what happened? I didn't get back to the States. Is there anything you can do to help me? I'd be really appreciative. You know, please help. So then she's like, okay, let me talk to my supervisor. And then she's like, well, how quickly can you get down here? I was like, what? Maybe how quickly can I get down here? She's like, we're in Bogota. Oh, y'all in Bogota. Damn. All right, let me look at some flights. So I looked at some flights, and she was like, well, just to let you know, sir, you need to get down here by 3 o'clock. That's when we stop processing passports for the day. So I'm like, damn. So I looked at some flights, and there was one flight to Bogota at like 1:30. Yeah, 1:30 or so. And it was about 12:30 around the time. So I'm like, hey, I found a flight at 1:30, but then I was like, wait a second, well, how can I get to Bogota if I don't have a passport? Well, she was like, okay, well, here's what you can do. You can fill out a police report, show the police report to the ticket agency, and then show them your ID. So I filled out a police report, went to the airport, I rushed to the airport. After some problems with them, just talking with them. Like I said, I kind of explained my story to them, like, hey, here's what happened. I'm going to the embassy. They let me in. So I get to Bogota. Like I said, I need to be there at 3 o'clock. I don't know if y'all been to the embassy. It's like a compound. So luckily, I found a taxi driver. I was like, hey, man, get me to the embassy. I need to be here by 3 o'clock. So by the time we got to the embassy, it was about 2:59, right? So like, oh, Mr. Cole, And so I was expecting you. I was like, no kidding, you're expecting me. I talked to you on the phone. So long story short, when it was all said and done, I got my emergency passport. So I got my emergency passport. I was like, cool, I'm good. At least I know I took care of that. At least I know I could get back to the States. But I had to tell my work. So I told my work, boom, 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 here's what happened, kept it short and sweet. And they're like, okay, well, we can get you a replacement by Monday. So I was like, okay, cool. So, flew. So before I get to that, so the next day, whatever, right? So I was leaving. So I was going to leave Medellin on Sunday to go back to Austin, whatever, to get a new laptop. So that Saturday, I tried to make one last Hail Mary as to get my, my personal laptop and, my work laptop, right? And all my other stuff. So I had my friend text the girl, and about a couple hours later, she texts us back, right? So basically what we said in her text was, I know you have my stuff, but I'm not mad, just kind of sweet talker. I'm not mad. I just want my stuff back. And I know, some people are motivated by money. So I was like, okay, I told her, like, you can't use literally, you can't use my stuff. You can't use my work laptop. You can't use my personal laptop because they're all password protected. You know what I mean? So I told her, I was like, hey, this is a bluff. I told her, hey, I'm willing to give you $1,000 US for you to return my stuff, right? So we got her attention. At first she said, okay, 2,000. Then she said 3,000. I said, what? 3,000 US? And so then I was like, okay, well, I'm good at negotiation. How about 2,500, right? But you have to meet me at a certain location. So, like I said, we're going back and forth. We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth. So instead of going to the local police, we stumbled upon these, what they call special forces in Medellin. Like they're equivalent to a Green Beret. The person, the officer told me that they had special training in the United States, very, very specialized. So I told him the story, told him what happened, and basically he acted on my behalf, right? He was texting her, he was doing this, he was saying, hey, we need to meet in person. But the whole time she was saying, no, I can't meet you. No, I can't meet you. No, I can't meet you. But I promise you, if you send me the money through PayPal, I will give your stuff back, right? So we're going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. So we're going back and forth about 6 hours. But, long story short, after that, like she really wasn't wanting to meet, and I wasn't going to send her. I'm not an idiot. Well, I'm not going to send her money through PayPal or whatever she said. So pretty much, the officer saying, bro, your stuff is gone. So yeah. So pretty much that's the gist of the story.
She got one credit card, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Did any monies get taken off?
No, because I canceled it. Nothing.
So you only had like 2 hours time to cancel it, and you were blessed on that, because you needed that money to book that flight and to pay for your passport.
So the thing about it is, like I said, she took my credit cards, but she did not take my debit card. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, she didn't take my debit card, which I used to pay for my passport. So I'm lucky on that part.
Okay, question. Was there a guard at your building?
No.
Airbnb?
It was an Airbnb. And what's crazy, when I talked to the Airbnb folks, these fools told me that the cameras weren't working. So like, what do you mean the cameras weren't working? It's like, yeah, the cameras are not working. So I'm like, yeah, but there was no guard. There's nothing.
Okay, for others, that may be a good question to ask your Airbnb host. Do your cameras work?
Yes.
And before you get there, do you have cameras?
Yeah. That's definitely one question that I'm asked going forward.
Did she speak English?
No.
No. So you speak a little Spanish, enough to
get by? Yes, sir.
Enough to go back and forth. Okay. Wow. Okay. So what do you say to all the other guys who say, and there's going to be people who comment on this video with, red flag this, red flag that, and they're going to blame you.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who say it won't happen to them?
Man, well, and like I said, I'm good that you said that comment, right? I know people are going to say, hey, there's red flags here, there's red flags there, right? For me, I would say, man, always have your guard up, right? And just got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still in a foreign country. You just don't know people's intentions, right? And like I said, and what's crazy, I told people this story, and they said, like, man, they're surprised because I'm usually good at picking up things, right? I'm usually good at like just reading people, like reading their intentions. But I think where she got me was she created that illusion as far as, okay, let me act like I'm sweet and innocent and this and that, and then I can get them, right? So for all the guys, man, you just gotta be careful. You gotta do your due diligence. you got to ask questions, man. You got to ask questions after questions. You have to questions. You have to. For me, you got to. This one thing that somebody told me here is, if they have something to lose, that's someone who you should hang out with or get to know, right? Man, you just gotta ask questions. Just keep asking questions. Keep asking questions. Keep asking questions. And just never let your guard down. Like if someone's eager to come to your house, you know what I mean? Like ask yourself, like, why do they want to come over so bad? You know what I mean? Like why? Right? Like you have to ask yourself that. Like, why do they want to come over? You know, why? Like, I mean, we can all say, hey, I'm a good-looking guy, but why? Like, why do you want to come over? Like, you barely don't know me. You know what I mean? So, and just don't be eager, man. Just take steps, bro. Like, take steps. And like I said, usually, like I like to take things slow, But like I said, at this particular time, I let my guard down. So.
Yep, and there's a few other things you can do too, and everybody has seen the list already. But for those who haven't seen the list, get a picture of their ID.
Yeah. So here,
get a picture.
Sorry for cutting you off. So also, to me, and this is what some locals tell me, and this is what, pretty much locals told me. It's like, get their ID, get their digital footprint, right? Ask for their social media. Just do your research, right? Because to me, like, they can get you, they can give you ID, but it could be fake, right? But take a picture, tell people, hey, where you're going, and if you do decide someone wants to come over, hide your stuff, lock it up, because like I said, for me, I look back and I was like, I just had everything just laying around, right? And it was like, to some people, they see, like, to me, I'm not gonna lie to you, to me, even though she stole my MacBook, whatever, that's $1,000. To me, I can go buy a MacBook tomorrow. But some people, like, they see a MacBook, that can be life-changing, right? So, honestly, you just got to do your due diligence. And you just got to just keep asking questions, not be so eager. Take pictures, tell your friends where you're going. If it's too good to be true, kind of slow it down. And if your gut tells you something, listen to your gut. I know this sounds elementary, but listen to your gut feeling, right? Like I said, that night, my gut was telling me not to do this on at least 4 separate occasions, right? Right. And I'm like, so looking back, like, to me, it's like, seriously, like, why would somebody want to come over to your house and you smell like dog poop, right? Like why? What are their intentions? You know what I mean? Like, just ask yourself, like, what are this person's intentions? You know what I mean? So that's my advice. The biggest thing is just never let your guard down. Always have a security guard. You know what I mean? And just let the girl know, it's like, hey, if you want to hang out, whatever, but I need your ID. I need to take a picture. That's cool too. And if they don't like it, well, move on to the next.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the young lady that I spoke to the other night says. Yeah. Ask them for the ID. Make sure she sees you. You're sending it to 3 people right now, so that puts her on notice. You're not the one. But the biggest thing, and I go back to what I heard from Rob, the owner of Sweet Georgia Cafe. If you can't find her the next day, she knows you can't find her the next day.
Yeah.
She's untraceable.
Yes.
All the paperwork and IDs and all this other stuff could be fake.
Yeah.
But you have no reference. You didn't meet her at a spot of somebody who knows her. You weren't introduced. So once you get on the app, and this, people need to know, this is not Tinder. This is what Cupid, Medellin Cupid,
Colombia
Colombia
Cupid.
Cupid. So that's a dating site where you meet people and you date. So that means that the gangs are on there already too. They're utilizing it. Yeah, robberies and druggings have been going on for a long time, but now they have social media as a crutch to help them get you. Yeah. So
They're taking it virtual. I just say,
mhm.
man, like I said, man, just trust your gut, right? Just trust your gut, man. You know, yeah. It's,
yeah, man. And the odds of being in a building, walking out the door saying, I just got robbed, and somebody say, yeah, it happens to me too. I'm telling you, this has happened probably dozens of times a day. And on the weekend, probably a couple hundred. This is happening to these people going down. And you think you're smart enough to know. But like Rob said, at the point of selection, at the point of you chose that girl, foregone conclusion. You're not going to, there's nothing. I mean, yeah, you can walk away sometimes, but then a lot of guys are going to walk back into the same position. So, and maybe had a few drinks the next time where you really don't think straight. Yeah. And another thing, when somebody asks you, oh, take a sip.
Hell, don't take a sip. Don't. And that's the mistake. Like I said, I'm not really much of a drinker. I'm not a casual drinker, sort of said. But when she said, think about it. She's so eager for me to take it. No, I'm not going to take it, but I took it. But like I said, if someone forcing you to take it, there's something's up their sleeve. Like something something's up, right?
And you don't have to be a drinker. It could be water.
Yeah. So
I mean, she said drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I said? No. And what you don't know is hide your things. Yeah, because I'm a good hider. You just got to remember where you put everything when you leave.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a truth serum too. So what you don't know is if you say you were out for 2 hours, you don't know that. You could have been out for 15 minutes, and the first hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, you were functional, showing her where everything is. Here's the passcode. Oh, here's, because they say that they'll just ask, it's not like you're out and you're like this. It's you're cognitive. You'll ask you, where's your money? Oh, it's in the safe. Oh, what's your combination? Oh, it's 13, 12, 16. And you'll just tell them. So you don't know how long you were actually out. By you closing your eyes and trying to fake sleep, you don't know if you were still awake. I mean, you don't know if you were still functional, but you don't remember. Yeah. Or you're waking up and laying down. But you don't know what happened in between.
Yeah. And to that point, like I said, even if, say for example, all these guys out there, even if they take your your stuff, right? If they take your credit card, take all this, make sure because I have alerts, right? I have alerts on my credit cards and debit cards, right? So just make sure you set yourself up with alerts. Make sure that, hey, this someone or you can't take out this max amount of money, right? So even if they do steal it, it can be minimum damage, right? So
that's a good one. I'm told that you can set limits on your credit card. Say, I only want to take no more than $200 off this credit card per day. And I always I just got back from Honduras. I let them know before I got there because I had an issue with one ATM didn't take my card. So I called my bank and said, hey, I told you I was going to be here. And they said, it's not a problem on our end. It's the ATM machine. So they'll watch your money for you if you ask them to.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like I said, man, you just gotta be careful because like especially, and I've noticed, this is my third time down here, right? Like when they see, because they can spot a gringo, right? When they see a gringo, they see dollar signs. Even if individuals that are, say your friends or whatever, or you hang out with, they see us and they assume that we have money, right? You know what I mean? They assume that. So, man, you just got to know that even though someone's like these girls that you meet, you guys are hanging out, they still see dollar signs. You know what I mean? They still see that, okay, let me see what I can do, right? So even if they're not trying to rob you necessarily or trying to drug you, there's other avenues where they can do to try to take money from you. right? Like I've had people saying, hey, can you give me money like for this? Just because I play ball a lot, right? Down here, it's like people I've met on the court say, hey, give me money, 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 right? So, like I said, just for your viewers listening, like you guys are a walking target. Like the moment you step out of your residence, you're a walking target, right? Because they know, they see gringos, they see dollar signs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just, me personally, I just try to keep a low profile. Like I said, you know, this goes back. Don't wear anything flashy. Don't carry a lot of money when you're going out. Don't be acting wild at the club. You know what I mean? Don't be, you know, popping bottles, this and that. I mean, you can still have fun, but make sure your fun's in a controlled environment because, like I said, these people are watching you, right? They're watching your every move. They're watching how you act. They're watching how you just everything. And then once they see the opportunity, they can strike. So yeah, just so you know, like we're targets, right? If you want to believe that or not, right? So you just gotta keep in mind, you know, no matter the situation. So,
well, Manfred, man, I appreciate you for coming on, man. This is what you're doing. There's a service to others who are coming and who are there now that it's just one more case. You guys need to know. I keep doing it. Somebody keeps telling me, stop doing those videos. You're doing too many videos on this. If it helps one person, I'm going to keep doing videos about scopolamine, getting drugged, getting robbed, because it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
It's just information.
I mean, when people if someone says that, just say, you know, like we're all connected as one, right? We're all connected. We're all here. We're all here to see the world, right? So, with that being said, we have to look out for one another. You know what I mean? Right? We have to tell them the good, the bad, you know, ugly. Unfortunately, this part of traveling is the ugly part. You know what I mean? So, like for me, like I know comments gonna be like, "Oh, you never should invite your house." Like, what do you? I know, but like I said, I have to live with that, knowing that, hey, you know, this happened to me. You know, I'm not embarrassed about it because it's like, at the end of the day, it's just things that they're all replaceable. You know what I mean? Like I can easily go buy another laptop. I can easily go buy a camera. You know, everything's replaceable. But what's not replaceable is your life. So for all the viewers out there saying, "Oh, won't get your stuff back," no, I'm not getting my stuff back. And to people out there that wants to try to get their stuff back, and like I talked to a gentleman and say, "Hey, I hired a private investigator." Don't do that because, you know, talking with the mafia, everyone's connected, right? Everyone's in on this. The police are in on this. Everybody. So, man, like I say, you just gotta take on the chin and just move on and just, you know, prepare yourself.
That's the biggest thing you said. They're all in on it.
Yeah. They're
all in on it. So take your chance if you will. But Manfred, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm not going to keep you long. I appreciate you coming on tonight for this. This is important to pass on this information to people who are either there and going.
Yes, sir.
So much appreciation, man.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. And I hope you have a good night. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye.
So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you go down and hit subscribe. Definitely like. It helps that YouTube algorithm. You know what I'm talking about? See what I'm saying?
We have a YouTube channel. Like it. Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.